China's parliament has backed security legislation for Hong Kong, which would make it crime to undermine Beijing's authority in the territory. Well, clashes have already broken out in Hong Kong, one in the legislative parliament, as parliament debated a different proposed law which would make it a crime to disrespect the Chinese national anthem. Hundreds of people have already been arrested over protest over that, and also the new Hong Kong security law. Well, Professor Bola Akinterinwa, the Director General of the Polytech Center for International Diplomacy and Strategic Studies, joins us now to take a look at this developing situation. Professor Akinterinwa, thanks for joining us on the program.
Thank you.
Following last year's mass protests in Hong Kong and the backlash that followed, and now this, which is already drawing protests, what do you think China's play is here with Hong Kong and this security law?
I want to believe that the Beijing authorities are simply trying to reaffirm that Hong Kong and the Hong Kongers are part and parcel of mainland China. Secondly, that the Chinese government, the Beijing authorities, are not in any way ready to negotiate the secession of Hong Kong. Thirdly, they are trying to re-emphasize that the agreement reached in 1997, yes, that time when the British handed over Hong Kong to the Chinese, the agreement that one country, two systems does not imply autonomy. And more importantly, they are trying to say that in this case, if the Hong Kongers embark on any action that will be detrimental to their own belief that Hong Kong is part and parcel of Chinese territory, they will not be prepared to accommodate that. They will not tolerate that. I think that's the rule and the message that the Chinese government is trying to send across to them and to the whole world.
Activists in Hong Kong, though, fear that this law would come with a loss of certain freedoms. How exactly will a China-imposed security law change the city?
Certainly. You know, when that's what they call the basic law, which was more or less an agreement done in 1997. That particular basic law provides for the city to have its own internal security arrangement. But this time, since the Chinese are backing, Karilan in their draft law, which is also called draft decision. And that draft law provides for the possibility of the Chinese government to interfere and intervene to maintain law and order. There's no way the draft, law, when it eventually comes into force in September, it will affect the status of Hong Kong.
All right, then, Professor Bola Akinterinwa, the Director General of the Polytech Center for International Diplomacy and Strategic Studies. Thank you so much once again for joining us on The World Today.
Thank you for having me.